What is going on, everyone? Welcome into another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I am Gator Betting, joined by Franco and Betsky. I will switch the layout in 1 second, but while I do that, guys, how we doing?
I'm pretty good. Kind of ready for a break, right?
I'm so ready right now.
Yeah, exactly. Just it seems like a lot of parity in the NHL right now, and we got one more week to go, and then we are in the Four Nations face-off 2-week break, which I think at this rate, every NHL capper is kind of looking forward to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Season's been funky, man. Maybe we'll get some normalcy back when we come back, but who knows?
Yeah, I was talking to Betsky before the show too, and I know the shots on goal odds were much better like last week, 2 weeks ago, but it seems like they've kind of reverted, especially yesterday. I was starting to notice too of that any player with decent history or decent recent form or home and away splits that lined up were minus 150 or above, just kind of taking all of those away from you and leaving you up to playing guys who have gone maybe 2-5 or 3-5 and just kind of really trying to have to dig deep to find value in the slate. So I'm hoping it's a hard reset for sports books and cappers after this week.
They pulled us back in, right? And then now you're like, you look at the slate and you're like, oh, okay, I was able to bet this guy for minus 120 or minus 110 a day. Oh, no, he's minus 140 now. And you're like, well, you start to talk yourself into wanting to bet it anyway, and it's fine to grab a minus 140 here and there, but you don't want to have like 3 of them on your card. You go 1 and 2 and you're just toast.
Yeah.
So. No, it sucks when you have to add like an extra leg to get the value and to the kind of like range that you're hoping for making parlay or whatever.
Yeah.
So you either are like stuck doing like little 2-legger builders, which is probably the smart way to go, but that still doesn't feel great.
Still not fun.
No.
Yeah, Adam makes a good point there of you're right. Four Nations face off. I'm sure that's going to be an interesting week after all those guys come back to their teams, and then we're going to have the trade deadline after that. So in for a fun little next few months, I'd say.
Yeah.
Anything else really to add before we touch on this shit burger of a game today?
Let's get into it. You know what? Actually, what sucks about the trade deadline? We probably already saw the biggest ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like something could happen. Because, there was no warning for the Rantanen one, right? So who else is on that same type of situation where it comes out of nowhere?
I don't know. Crosby, maybe?
Like Pettersson's off the board now, but is he really? Like, if Vancouver's still like
try the rest of the season now.
We'll see. If he doesn't really perform the next couple of weeks, without Miller, it's like, okay, well.
All right. No, that's right, because he has a no move on July 1st. But if anything, I think that could be like a draft day deal.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, Ottawa, Nashville. Nashville minus 135. Ottawa plus 114. Total set at 5.5. On to tomorrow's slate. You guys, any plays today?
I have nothing. I would say like my initial lean was the Preds, but I just how the hell are you going to lay a price with this team? Seriously.
Nashville's lost 4 straight. Ottawa's won 4 straight, and this one. Nashville's favorite at home makes sense. They're 2-9-3 at home, 6-17-4 on the road. Ottawa, much better home team as well. So I don't know. I have nothing in this game. It feels like every play that I kind of went through is just going to be a force.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about Tkachuk and Forsberg. If you want to take something tonight, go for it. I'm good. I'm good.
Chuck and Evangelista, straight plays. Yeah, I don't hate that. Fun little parlay. We'll see. I have nothing. So unless you guys have any other props you want to talk about, I'm good to move on.
No, let's go to this giant slate tomorrow because there's a shitload of games. I think there's plenty of angles for tomorrow.
Agreed.
Yeah, so Tomorrow, there's 14 games taking place.
Jesus,
as only the NHL could do off a one-game slate.
The NHL marketing department strikes
Nice
again. Chalk one up for the good
today,
guys. Yeah. Oh my God. What the fuck are we doing?
Jesus.
I hope tonight's like a 1-1 game too, just to further emphasize the shit show that this league is.
Yeah. I have nothing. All right. What did Adam say?
Yeah, 7 of the games tomorrow starts 7 p.m. Of course.
Jeez.
Like, how hard is this? It's not that difficult.
I don't know.
No, scratch the game tonight and just start your research for tomorrow's slate now, so you have some sort of idea of managing this slate. So we'll begin at the first game, Columbus at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 166, Columbus plus 140, total set at 6.5 here, minus 115 to the under. Buffalo in their last 10 games have given up the 10th most shots on goal to forwards, 7th most to defensemen. Columbus rank 9th in shots on goal to forwards in their last 10. Thompson's been firing as of late. Peterka's been firing as of late. That new top line of Thompson, Peterka, Kulik has been on fire. They have been unbelievable. Yeah. Zucker coming back has also kind of ignited this lineup. He's been good in his last few games as well. But that's what I have on the Buffalo side. And then on Columbus, Werenski, shots on goal, his assist, his point, anytime score. Fantilli, shots on goal, his point. And then Kent Johnson has also been pretty good for a point as of late. Those are the props that I had highlighted in this one.
Well, the big thing you got to look out for here is what's going to happen with the lineup because Marchenko broke his jaw.
Yep.
So are we talking Kent Johnston on the top line with Voronkov and Fantilli or what? And the scary thing is this is a team that is really starting to show some depth with scoring, but these lines look a lot different once one of those top guys is out. So, you know, if they stack Kent on the top line, are we talking about like Evans Riensdijk, Sillinger? I don't even know who.
Yeah.
For the second line, you know, like.
Yeah. So Daily Faceoff has as JVR, Sillinger, and Danforth. But I mean, who knows what they're really going to do? Yeah, it's the depth is starting to show. You know, they've been without Shinnikov for a while. Now you lose Marchenko. Adam brings up a good point. They lose Fabro too on the blue line, which, you know, he's just a big shot blocking defenseman. So that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Yep. And then in regards to Tage too, Ruff said he did clear all protocols, so he should be good to go.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know if he did.
The other thing, the lack of response from the Sabres was just wild.
That was pathetic.
Pathetic. That sums up the team right now. Just whether Peterka and Kulik didn't see it or on the ice, but Samuelson and Power clearly did. None of them answered the bell. They're just a sad excuse for a team at this point. It's your star player takes a cheap shot and you just do nothing in response. So maybe we'll see a fired up Sabres team. I don't know, but it was brutal to watch.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Sabres here, to be honest, though.
I just don't like the price on the Sabres.
Yeah.
I get why now, like with the losses of those players for CBJ, but I don't think Buffalo should ever be minus 166 ever.
So without
playing San Jose,
without Marchenko, I mean, Fantilli shot seems like the best thing here, right?
Yeah, Fantilli shots, Werenski shots.
CBJ side.
Yeah, those are the two guys I had circled.
Johnson props too.
Mm-hmm.
I think are worth a shot.
Yeah, point. Maybe shots too. Yeah.
Yeah, these teams played once this year, 6-4 to Columbus, but Columbus coming off a loss to Dallas in their last one. I'm still expecting a high-scoring affair too. The total being at 6, you can get that on BetMGM. DraftKings has it at 6.5 right now. But if you get that 6, I like that option for worst-case scenario push. But I think this is another high-scoring game.
The only pause I have there is just Merzlikins has been fantastic recently. I know the blue line's hurting, but he's like, if that gives me a little bit of a hesitation. I think this is probably still towards an over, but I don't know. I kind of want to bet CBJ at the price, but
You're also
I
probably
don't
going to
think
look
I'm
at a
gonna.
Reimer game too. UPL started 3 straight, and usually that's when they cut him off. So you're going to get Reimer and that. Merzlikins is coming off a 5-goal performance against Dallas. But yeah, no, if Reimer starts too, I think that's definitely a play on the over in this one. But I think this is a good game, at least to start for props, because there's several angles.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I might look at a CBJ team total, actually. 2.5 is -155. That's shit. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a nice parlay piece, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Tarasov starts tomorrow, too. It's a good point, Adam. I don't hate that either. Any other picks in this one to start us off?
Got a lot to get through. So
no, let's keep going.
All right. Ottawa at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay at -180. Ottawa +150. Total set at 5.5, -120 to the over. Nick Paul revenge game.
Huh. Oh, yeah.
I feel like his revenge has been spotty as hell, though. There's no way.
Yeah.
I know. I just went
He was a guy I wanted to. He was a guy I wanted to.
Dave said Werenski shots. Yes, I love Werenski shots for tomorrow.
I'll jot down that Nick Paul one, but I probably won't really.
Yeah, I just went through Hockey Reference and kind of threw together some names who were. There's several other angles too that are some decent ones later of revenge, but in this one I didn't have much. Tampa Bay gives up the 7th most shots on goal to forwards in their last 10. Kachuk.
Is the game tonight in Nashville or Ottawa?
In Nashville.
Okay.
So they're traveling to Tampa. Olmark's starting tomorrow, though. So just factor that in.
Well, point shots, I probably will dabble in. I think you're going to get a good price on that. He's in the high 60% at home for his shots on goal. And the big factor here to me, I know Ottawa's not the best team to target for shots, but when they're giving up the 4th most power play opportunities to opponents, that is where Point gets his shots. So give me it. I think, again, you're probably going to get a big bias with the fact that Ottawa are allowing, where are they? Holy cow. 13th shots over the last 10 game again.
So, I was gonna say.
Hit middle of the pack. I know they were low in the 20s before, but between that and the power play opportunities they give up, I really like that look.
I'm going to add that. I like that.
Yeah. Even Hagel and Kucherov in terms of shots tomorrow, both of them really good in their last few games. So I would check them out. Kucherov 2 points. He's been fantastic. So maybe add that, especially. But again, like you said, Allmark's starting tomorrow, which may put some concern on the point side of things when you're looking at props.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't really want to go either side or total there just because of that. You never know what you're going to get. Is he going to be 100%? Is he going to look real like he did before, or is he going to come out and look like shit? Who knows? So I kind of want to lean the under just because of that, but I was also on the back-to-back, but yeah, I don't
know. So Perron is back. I didn't catch when he came back.
Yeah, it was like 4 games ago, I would say.
Oh, wow, all right.
I've already looked ahead of the
I've been all off Ottawa since they've
when they play VGK.
So
yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for
that. Drew on the top line's interesting though, for a point. I'd have to see if he's got some weird history. I know he's got some odd things against East Coast teams.
I've seen people on him tonight too. But -120 for a point, yeah.
Yeah, see, the price is good. I mean, shit, I would take that tonight.
11 points in 9 games against Tampa.
That's a good point, too, for Adam.
9 points in his last 11 games?
11 points in his last 9 games.
Oh, even better.
Yep.
Who's that? Drew.
Oh,
yeah.
Drew. I don't get it. He's got the weirdest team. I think he was really good against he's really good against
a bunch of
Toronto.
Teams. Boston, probably. Like it's all the teams he's
not
put Philly.
It's like some of the ones you would think he would be aren't. It's like odd ones. I think he's really good against Florida too. I don't remember all of them, but Toronto's the big one, yeah.
Toronto is the one with shots. I remember
Yeah.
that being
In points, but that makes sense. I mean, he's from Quebec, right?
I forget.
Definitely
He was
Canadian.
on the fucking team for a decade.
I know. I don't know where players are from though. Like I don't know.
Moved on. New
Jeez.
version of the Flyers now.
He was
Yeah.
like my favorite player for a while though. I will admit that.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Um,
He's from Zona. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is he, Austin Matthews?
Hearst, Ontario.
Yeah. All right. So he is a Toronto boy.
There you go. Makes sense.
Yep.
All right, we got 1,000
All
games
right,
to go.
sorry.
Let's keep going.
New Jersey at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 136. New Jersey minus 162. Jersey's coming off a loss to the Sabres. They're 4-4, 1-1 in their last 10. Pittsburgh 4-6-0 in their last 10. Was on a brutal road stretch. Right there, came back on Saturday, won against Nashville 3-0. Props. Crosby has been good lately without Malkin. I like Raquel as well. Carlson's a good look tomorrow. New Jersey gives up the 8th most shots on goal to defensemen in their last 10. Pittsburgh gives up the 6th most shots on goal to defensemen. So Carlson and Hamilton could be looks on either side of the board. That's what I had. Did you guys have anything in this one?
I don't have anything that really stands out. You kind of named some of the big names that I'd be circling.
Yeah.
I need to look at the goalies tomorrow. I kind of lean the under there. I think 6.5 is a little high given Jersey's lack of scoring recently. I know it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but they've been kind of pulling out of that. So I'm not going to be as concerned with their ability to score against the Penguins.
Yeah, I know it's not like a team you want to be running to back the under with, that's for sure. Not Pittsburgh. But yeah, I want to see who the goalies are.
Yeah, that Jack Hughes one definitely did hurt yesterday. Yeah,
never bet that game.
And Dougie did too. Both finished one short. Just absolutely brutal. Look at Dougie points versus Pittsburgh, Franco, and shots. So maybe just go back to the well on this one.
Please hold. All right. You said Dougie against Pittsburgh. Yeah, 9 points in 7 games, 4 of those being goals. It's pretty good. 3.7 shots per game average in those 7 games. So yeah, probably Dougie day. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
Is Mercer still up the lineup a little bit? Yeah, he was with Meyer and Nason last game, and they got the most minutes. So Mercer 7 goals in 10 games versus them. That's kind of interesting.
Also, Meyer's been shooting too.
Yep, Meyer does well. He does well against them too. 6 goals in 6 games, 4.3 average shots against.
Love that.
So yeah, looks like we got plenty of player prop angles for this one, at least.
Anything else, Betsky or Franco, on this game?
I think we covered it.
All right. Yep. Florida at Washington. Washington minus 105. Florida minus 115. Total set at 5.5. Minus 110. Split both ways. This should be a great game. This should be a great game to watch. In terms of props, Washington's stingy against shots on goal. Washington's stingy against shots on goal, but boy, oh boy, have Florida props been cashing at an absurd rate. Bennett, even Reinhardt started to pick up the stream now. Verhaeghe's just an absolute monster when it comes to shots on goal. Rodriguez has started to pick up. Barkov's picking up. Forsling.
Yep.
That Florida versus Chicago game on, was it Saturday morning? That was an early, or late Christmas present, depending on how you want to word it. But
very early, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That was phenomenal. Verhaeghe's a monster in his last 3. Yep. Yeah.
I think Bennett shots is going to be bettable again.
I do too.
Given the matchup. I mean, I don't know how you don't come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them just look phenomenal.
I think there's a ton of value on Florida money line, to be honest with you, minus 115.
Interesting. Yeah.
I thought they would have been closer to like minus 130. Just
they're heating up at the right time.
Yeah.
Now, Ovechkin shots, believe it or not, he's been great against Florida, and you know why? Russians against South Florida, man. In his last
I forgot this narrative.
In his last 15 games, he's been, or he hit his 2.5 shots on goal 12 times, and then out of those 15 games, he's hit 4 and up. What is 6 minus 15? 9 of those games.
That's a great
I didn't
call.
go further back than 15, but at some point here the team's very different. But yeah, just kind of breezing through StatMuse, it keeps on going. Now this is in Washington though. I don't know how much of a difference the away versus at home makes, but gotta impress the people in Miami if you're a Russian. I don't know why. I don't get it, but it happens with all of them.
Yeah, you can make some insinuations of why they would like to be in Miami, but we'll go with the weather.
Yeah,
it's the weather. Anything else in this one?
No,
the point side of things outside of PLD has been really inconsistent for Washington
for a while.
Outside of PLD, they've been inconsistent.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
What was that?
You're
statement?
using inconsistent and PLD in the same sentence, but you're not talking about
not
PLD.
the way you think.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's
like Strome has like 2 points in his last 10.
If that's not just the ultimate damnation of this NHL season, then I don't know what else is.
Yeah, I think that accurately sums
Why
up.
hasn't this season worked out for any better? Oh, because PLD's having a great season.
PLD, DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, savior of the season so far. Jesus, who would have thought? All right, Minnesota at Boston. Boston minus 130, Minnesota plus 110. Total set at 5.5, split both ways at minus 110. Ugly, but this is a great game for shots. In their last 10, Boston's given up the most shots on goal to forwards, 5th most to defensemen. Minnesota's given up the 8th most shots on goal to forwards, 4th most to defensemen. So pick and choose who you want to go with. Pasternak looks good. Boldy, Eriksson, Zuccarello, all look pretty good on terms of the shot side of things. Zaka point looks decent. Pasternak 2 points looks decent. And then you got a Charlie Coyle and Marcus Johansson revenge game angle too. So just loaded with props today.
Cool.
Boldy hometown kid. Even better.
Yeah, I think Boldy's a good.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
He scored his first goal was against Boston. I remember betting it.
Yeah. Love it.
Doesn't seem like a Boston guy.
No, he doesn't.
Seems like an Iowa guy, like a Nebraska.
Where is it? Well, let's figure out where exactly he's from, because if there's a big difference in mass in terms of
an interview. Let's see what he sounds like. We'll know right away.
Yeah. All right, so he's not from the Boston area. He's from like Worcester region. So he's not a typical not a city kid.
He's not an asshole.
He is, but to a lesser extent. Yeah, he's from Worcester County. All right, that makes sense.
All right, here's a weird one. Elias Lindholm has 9 assists in 10 games against them. Why? I don't want to bet it.
I know what. What about maybe Johnny? From all the years playing with Johnny?
I guess. I mean, he does have 3 assists in his last 3 games, too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's returning to form.
Oh, man.
Don't make me do it.
What happened there? I thought that was such a sneaky good signing for them.
He fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought it was such a great trade for Vancouver at the time, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like surely he's just gone downhill because he's not playing next to fucking Johnny Gaudreau, but
he was the perfect Horvat replacement, because they lost Horvat.
yeah,
He was that perfect piece to, a guy that can play the PK, fill in top line minutes. That didn't work out.
Yeah.
Well, he is centering Marchand and Charlie Coyle, so if you like that revenge angle, maybe Lindholm assist is the way to go.
Coyle point too.
Dude, Coyle plus Lindholm's point stack.
Yeah, that's gotta be nice.
I don't think DraftKings would allow you to do that. They just put the number in the screen and say, "Not a chance, buddy. You're not backing Lindholm and Coyle on a point stack."
Yeah,
yeah. No,
you're
dice.
cheating. You're trying to cheat here.
Yeah, the breaks.
But we'll let you do anything you want for the NBA and NFL. But no. Pump the brakes. Point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there's only 25 of you that bet the sport, but
yeah. Speaking of Bo Horvat, VGK at New York Islanders.
Yeah.
New York plus 120, Vegas minus 142, total set of 5.5, minus 120 to the over. Horvat shots on goal look great. His point looks decent as well.
The Horvat Barzal stack had been very good. I know it kind of fell off.
Sucks
I
that
may be willing to go back though.
Barzal's done, man. He's gone for a while.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even catch that.
Nelson's been pretty good, too,
yes.
for his shots on goal. But VGK is pretty stingy.
Like 1.5 a lot too.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to back any Islanders without Barzal. I feel like that lineup was really bad when he was out earlier this year. Now he's out again. It's just they've had so many injuries this year. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Don't give them that excuse.
But I mean, seriously, they have. I mean, they've resorted to using Tony fucking.
Don't let him do that.
They got Tony DeAngelo on the team.
Yeah.
Are you talking about game-winning scorer Tony DeAngelo?
Yeah. You better watch your mouth.
Yeah, put some respect on that KHL legend's name.
They signed Adam Boquist off of waivers from Florida, and they brought in Scott Perunovich as well. I mean, their blue line is shot.
Do they keep Lou this year?
I don't know.
Wow. Will Hurdle keep this point streak going?
Yes.
That'll be like 12 games in a row?
Something absurd.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. This is a game that I probably in 14 games I'm not gonna play anything.
Yeah,
unless it's just backing Vegas money line at minus 142.
Yes, Kolasar is still at the top line, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Why is Mark Stone on the third line with Brandon Saad?
Because he's washed. He's finally those back issues are finally gonna slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sad to see. I mean, Vegas is only minus 142 on the money line. I think that's way short. Considering the Barzal news. I mean, like I said, Islanders were hot. They were running hot. I took them yesterday against Florida, thinking they're going to continue it, but they lost Barzal in game, and I can't take this Islanders team without him, and getting Vegas at a bettable number feels pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, Vegas has struggled though as of late, but it seems like this is a prime spot for them to turn things around. Lost to the Islanders 4-0 last month. So,
I mean, literally, they got to go up against Tony DeAngelo and that stud blue line we have here now.
Yeah, it's true. Some great revenge angles in this next one. Edmonton at St. Louis. St. Louis plus 154. Edmonton minus 185. Total set at 6.5 here. Wow. Second 6.5 of the night.
Holloway, baby.
Holloway. Yep. That's the big one.
Man, Edmonton's been tough for a betting standpoint this season, huh? Outside Draisaitl. I mean, last year it was like Dry, McDavid, Hyman, Bouchard.
Yep. Stack them all up, put them together, do whatever. McDavid 2 points was like a wagon. I feel like he's been spotty as hell.
Yeah. It's, without looking, where do you think he ranks in player points? Granted, he's missed some games.
12th.
Yeah, I was gonna say around maybe 20th.
I mean, I think
Could be lower.
you're both way off.
Is he way down?
5th.
Holy shit!
Jesus Christ!
Sure doesn't feel that way though, right?
So you're saying McDavid?
Well, he's not hitting his 2 as consistent.
Points?
It's mainly just he just gets 1 a game. It feels like 2. He's not hitting that. He's not hitting that 2 mark.
Draisaitl has 10 more points than him. And
what's most points? Art Ross?
Yeah,
that might be worth sprinkling him. To be honest with you, I mean, I feel like he's missed a large chunk of the season. Well, not a large chunk, but like a nice chunk of the season, and he hasn't been good. He hasn't hit like his stride. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
where he's hitting 3, 4, 5 points every night. That's gonna come. It's got to.
Yeah. He's 13 points behind the leader, McKinnon. So McKinnon has 80 through 54. McDavid has 67 through 46.
Can he catch McKinnon though? But if you want to do a flip flop of that, if you think McDavid can get it, wouldn't that mean Draisaitl will definitely get it? You think McDavid can put up 10 more points than Draisaitl?
He's with Arvidsson and Podkolzin though, like for the most
they're
part.
Getting half their points on the power play together.
Yeah,
and they may stack them at any point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like a McDavid like run coming after this break.
I don't hate it. I think that's the sprinkle for sure. Yeah. But you could almost hedge it with Draisaitl, which I'm sure it's plus money at this point.
Yeah, DK doesn't have it available right now.
Because if McDavid outscores McKinnon at like a 2-1 pace, how much of that is Draisaitl?
It's fair.
I mean, Draisaitl may get it by like 1 point.
Draisaitl's plus 160, McKinnon's minus 125, and McDavid's plus 360.
How much is McKinnon again?
Minus 125.
Yeah, I think I kind of like the McDavid and then McKinnon as your hedge.
I just think at plus 360, you're getting a ton of value on.
I agree.
The best player in the league.
No, I agree. It would just suck if Draisaitl got 1 more point than McDavid and they both get past McKinnon, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
Hey, McDavid Hart Trophy is plus 600.
Nah, he's not getting it.
Yeah, probably not.
If anything, Dry.
Yeah, he's the current favorite.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting us way off the track here.
St. Louis allows the 9th most shots on goal to defenseman. Bouchard's been pretty good as of late, so check out Bouchard shots. That's one of my favorite looks in that game. Anything else?
No.
No,
Holloway,
I mean,
for sure.
Holloway and Broberg is where I would look. St. Louis hasn't been scoring though, man. I mean, I kind of lean under.
Yeah,
under 6.5.
Too.
Carolina at Winnipeg. Winnipeg plus 102. Carolina minus 122. Total set at 5.5. Minus 112 to the over. Nino Niederreiter. Jack Roslovic.
God.
Yep.
I mean, Niederreiter sits at that 1.5 mark for shots. I don't know his history necessarily, but
he's usually good for revenge.
Yeah.
Roslovic has been in and out of being a bettable player as far as actually being offered lines. I wouldn't touch Roslovic if you get it.
He has 4 assists in 5 games for them. So
yeah, but what line is he on?
Yeah. Niederreiter has 3 goals in 4 games and 2.25 shots on goal per game.
I'll take Nino shots. Looks great.
Yeah. It's also another one too. Both these teams are pretty stingy against shots. So outside of Niederreiter, I'm not necessarily, while guys have pretty good recent form, maybe I'm not really touching this game. It's not necessarily a Propapalooza with 2 defensive teams.
Rantanen has 14 points in 13 games, but that is massively skewed, obviously, because he played with Colorado. So
yeah, but he's
just
something
to point out. I know, but how much is he going to produce in this scenario. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like Carolina's not like a offensive boom for a player, you know?
True.
Any other looks for you guys?
No.
Toronto at Calgary. Calgary plus 124. Toronto minus 148. Total set at 5.5. Minus 122. Kadri.
Quickly realizing how weird the slate is. Holy
Yeah.
It is
shit.
really weird. Yeah.
Kadri.
Oh,
Kadri
no.
revenge.
Austin Matthews, guys.
What, he kills them?
Yes.
His 4 shots have been pretty good as of late, too.
Look at his history.
I don't have it up.
How did he not understand this? Stat view is not you guys. Sorry.
Hold on, I'm getting there. It just took a while. 9 points in 5 games, 4 goals, 6.4 average shots on goal in those 5.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
so there you go. Yeah.
Nobody knows why. Nobody knows why.
Maybe he just hates Calgary. I don't know. Maybe he went there one time when he was a kid and it sucked. I don't know. Something happened.
It's not like the Flames would have been able to take him in the draft. They took to Chuck that year.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good angle there.
Yeah.
I think you look at Nye's point, given he's back up there.
Yeah, it's of course. I know Wolf's been great, but
yeah, it's gonna be Wolf. It's
gonna
be Wolf.
Mean you can't give up 3 and still have a hell of a performance against Toronto. You know.
Yeah, I think Toronto's a little undervalued. I don't love minus 148, but I feel like this should be like minus 160. So maybe take Toronto and reg.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in that Calgary game too, where they lost to New Jersey, they didn't look terrible. Or Detroit, excuse me. Talbot was just unbelievable in that. So I don't know. I don't think the Flames are playing bad, but yeah, like Matthews tomorrow. Does Kadri have a decent history against his former team?
Toronto? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not as good as you would think it would be. 2 goals, 1 assist in 4 games, 2 shots average. So yeah, not really.
No.
Yeah, because he got to win a cup by leaving.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. I wouldn't mind looking at Morgan Frost. I know he's a Toronto kid, so you can look at that angle as well. Oh
yeah, and he had like 6 shots in his first game.
Yeah, I know he was firing that last game, so just maybe look at him. He did score last night, so yeah,
I like it. We have the expected bets for Bowl in the next game. Philly at Utah. Utah minus 135. Philly plus 114. What do you guys have in this one? Draw.
0-0 draw.
Neither team gets a point.
No, shootout.
First game in NHL history. Yeah, shootout last 20 rounds. So
you guys saw the stat for Philly, right? The first team to ever get shut out 3 times in a row.
That's great.
How Buffalo doesn't have that record.
How has no other team had that happen? Like,
yeah,
I can't, 3 games. That's it. Like, that doesn't seem that crazy.
No.
But yeah, you guys stink.
Any props in this one?
Man, I don't know. Utah, no Cooley, no Gunther.
Utah money line. Utah money line minus 135.
Yeah, they are due.
Wasn't your whole thing though to fade Utah at home for a while,
dude? But Philly,
at some point they have to win at home too.
Look at the lines that Philly's like putting out there right now. I don't know. Not that Kuzmenko is gonna like make this team that much better. I think he makes them like a little bit better. You know, obviously he's been shit all year, but
yeah.
Right now these lines look horrible after Frost and Farabee made them look like a competent team depth-wise.
That trade was so bad.
No, I think the trade's fantastic for Philly, to be honest with you. I think it's a great move by them. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Morgan Frost is not the future of this team. Neither is Farabee. They both stink.
Oh,
they're both like
I can't wait. Yeah, but, when you're bitching about your center depth in 2 years and how you wish you had a competent 3C that could scoot up to the 2.
They have a competent 3C. That's Kate's. Like, I don't need like 5 3Cs on this team. That's what.
Well, good luck getting a 2C.
Yeah, well,
Or any.
Morgan Frost is not 2C. I hate to break it to Calgary fans, guys. It's not going to work for y'all. But yeah, I don't know what to say there. Philly's not scoring though, man. So under and Utah. Bam.
Dave brought up Hayton shots, probably a nice one to look at.
Yeah, we'll see if Bocelli. He was good and they missed yesterday, so maybe he can get off the schneid. Philly does allow the 10th most shots on goal to defensemen in their last 10. I know Sergachev hasn't been as consistent though. No. Yeah, that's the only issue.
He averages 2.75 against them in 4 games though. 3 assists as well. So
I'd have to look at his attempts in his last few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll write it down.
I miss Dursey for you guys.
Me too.
Yeah. Colorado at Vancouver, or no, Detroit at Seattle. Excuse me. Detroit plus 102, Seattle minus 122. Seattle giving up the 6th most shots on goal to forwards, 11th most to defensemen in their last 10. Look at Larkin again. I know he missed the last game, but
his back-to-back history was awful. I kept on telling myself I wasn't going to take it, and then I just decided to sprinkle it because his history against Vancouver was too good, anyways. Yeah. But Larkin's back-to-back history is just garbage. So he should be rested. His wrists probably feel better as long as he's.
Franco, your favorite player, Dylan Sprong.
So he's not playing, man. He's in the AHL right now.
Oh, I just looked up guys on Hockey Reference. I didn't know that.
That was a former.
He's sprung the wrong way.
Yeah, man, it's a sad day to see him down in the A. But apparently, I keep seeing like highlights of him just like crushing down there. So he's like that perfect guy that like just kills the AHL, but like can't stick around on any team in the NHL for some reason. Yeah. So there you go. Have fun, buddy.
Brinket shots look.
Would you say that the
Raymond
spring has sprung?
I think the sprang has sprung.
All right. Any other looks for you in this one? I don't have much. I like Larkin.
Taco just scored again. Maybe he can string some games together.
I like Seattle.
Beniers went to University of Michigan.
There you go. That's actually
some.
Do we got any history?
But it's in Seattle.
No, I know, but maybe
5 games against Detroit, 7 points.
Maybe just eats Little Caesars too.
Ooh, there you go.
Who?
Beniers has 1 goal, 6 assists in 5 games against them. McCann 5 goals in 6 games.
Yeah, but what has happened to him?
Yeah, he like hasn't scored in I feel like ever.
His spring has.
Come on, one more time for the audience.
I like Seattle money line. How about that? I like Seattle money line at minus 122.
All right,
there you go. I'll give you that one.
Colorado at Vancouver. Colorado minus 135. Vancouver plus 114. Total set at 5.5. Minus 120 to the over. Any looks in this one?
Oh man, I wouldn't touch a Vancouver prop with a 10-foot pole at this point.
No Heedle? He looked good last night.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a nice goal.
Are they going to give you his lines? What's that a goal?
Probably not.
Nature's
yeah. I don't know. I don't have much for this one.
A Nachas?
I would take Colorado money line minus 135.
Wow, I don't know why
it's bettable, to be honest with you.
Because the books haven't really like caught on to, they're like, oh, they moved their best player in Ranton, their second best player in Ranton.
No, so like last night Vancouver was favored against Detroit, right? Was it Detroit they played? And I was shocked. I was like, I'm taking Detroit gladly here. Like what? Because they made a bunch of these moves, they're good now. Like all these moves suck.
Yep.
Vancouver did not get better. They got substantially worse.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
they almost got as worse. I mean, they got worse than Philly did after their Frost trade.
Yeah, I mean these lines don't look good.
No, but
that was bait right there. Yeah. Vancouver's also been worse at home this season. Colorado's been just as good on the road as they have been at home. So you're getting Colorado's offense is
kind of like Colorado's offense is kind of coming together. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like Natchez on that line with
I do
McKinnon.
too.
Like I think that they're just going to get better and better. It's scary because they just like they both can carry the puck in with like speed, with a head of steam. So it doesn't always have to be McKinnon anymore. Like before, it's like it had to be McKinnon coming in. Now it's like they can alternate, and now it's McKinnon's open on the other side of the ice.
And going to Dave's comment about the McKinnon plus Natchez point stack, what's beautiful too is, Rantanen and McKinnon were always both set at 1.5 for most of the time, where Natchez is always set at 1. So you can actually kind of stack their individual points and get closer to a bettable price. I'm not sure if you can get all the way down to minus 135.
No, I think it's like it's minus 180. It's like minus 180.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have to do like McKinnon assist or Natchez assist, and then you can make it bettable.
Okay.
2 great games, at least for props, to wrap up the slate for tomorrow. Dallas at Anaheim. Dallas minus 225. Anaheim plus 185. Total set at 5.5, minus 122 to the over. Anaheim in their last 10 have given up the 4th most shots on goal to forwards and most to defensemen. Dallas prop should be great tomorrow.
Harley, if Heiskanen's still out.
Yep. I know Adam's been big on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't bet that yet. I'm stupid.
Any other? Trying to pull up some guys right now.
I mean, you can probably just blindly. Oh yeah, J. Roberts probably.
Robertson's shots on goal has been kind of back. His points decent. Duchesne points been good lately too. Hintz point, Johnston point.
You know what's even better about the Harley thing? So you know how Heiskanen hasn't really been like he's not really typically like a points darling, so to speak, overall. Heiskanen against Anaheim, 9 assists, 11 total points in 10 games against Anaheim, and averaging just about 3 shots on goal in those 10 games. So if we're expecting Harley to take on that role, then yeah, you can do Harley point. You could probably do Harley shots up to 3 as well.
Yeah.
And Harley has a decent history as well. 2 goals, 1 assist in 5 games versus them, averaging 2.8 shots on goal in those 5. So you just combine him with Heiskanen's history, and he looks fantastic.
It's pretty solid. Any other looks?
I mean, you could take all these Dallas players if you really want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a palooza in these last 2 games.
Poison. Yeah. I mean, Duchesne has 11 points in 9 games. Granlund 8 assists in 8 games against them. Yeah, so I don't know. Pick your poison. I don't think I'm very interested in the Anaheim side.
McTavish has been a beast since he got called a 3rd liner by his coach.
Yeah, but he missed his shots on goal last game.
As is customary.
Yeah.
Vetrano shots, too, have been decent. He's been back on his wagon. But again, against Dallas, I don't really trust anyone. I'd more so just lean towards the Dallas side of things.
Yeah, I'm good with just taking Dallas props.
Yeah.
Last game of the night, Montreal at San Jose. Montreal minus 170, San Jose plus 142. Total set at 5.5, minus 135 to the over. San Jose has given up the 5th most shots on goal to forwards in their last 10, 12th most to defensemen. Montreal has given up the 2nd most shots on goal to forwards in their last 10. Celebrini.
I don't know what to think about the Sharks right now without Granlund there. I don't know if I'm going to be running towards like Celebrini props anymore. I kind of want to test it out and see how it looks. Like, was he able to get better matchups because of Granlund being on the team? Is he going to just get smothered now? What, I don't know. So I want to kind of pause and wait and see on Celebrini shots and just props in general, even if this matchup's pretty good.
Plus Toffoli's out too, so I mean now you're looking at Eklund, Celebrini, Costin on the top line, Dellandrea, Smith, Zetterlund as your second line.
Woof.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I mean, Montreal's lost 5 straight. San Jose's 2-8 in their last 10. Montreal minus 165.
That's batshit crazy. That price.
Yeah, I'll probably go to like Hudson Point too.
Caulfield at 4, maybe.
Yeah.
How about over
Temps
5?
have been
How about over
so
5.5?
bad, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind that over 5.5 at all.
That should be an over 6.5 type of game. I feel like.
I like that. Who's starting for each side, though?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter for San Jose.
Yeah.
I feel like every one of these goalies sucks right now. I believe Askarov got sent down to the AHL, and they called Vanacek back up.
Yeah.
So it's either Vanacek or Georgiev.
Yeah. Askarov was just in the AHL All-Star game.
There you go.
Good for him.
Yeah. Credit to him. Great season.
Yeah.
So Caulfield averages 5.66 shots in 3 games versus them. Line A 5.5 shots in 2 games against them. I know it's not a big sample size, but we're talking about 5 shots here. It's almost 6.
Yeah, I like Caulfield a lot tomorrow. I think he's better on the road too.
These teams just don't have a lot of history against each other, so you can't go like a lot of history-based stuff here. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's going to be goals here.
Yeah, the line's already started to shift to 6. DraftKings has it at 5.5 at minus 135 right now. Caesars and MGM have it listed at 6, and then FanDuel has this up to 6.5. So if you're looking at grabbing this over right now, I would do so on DraftKings.
Do we believe that San Jose can score, though, with these lines?
I think San Jose can allow 6. They've allowed 6 goals or more in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the last 6 games, San Jose's allowed 6 or more goals. They don't need to score tomorrow. That's not the concerning part. Fair. Yeah.
I mean, you lose Granlund, too. That like just makes your defense that much worse.
Agreed.
And honestly, I mean, as bad as CC is, like, who's on their blue line now?
Yeah. San Jose allows 4. Montreal puts in 2. Or Montreal scores 4. San Jose scores 2. There's the over.
Yeah. I'm going to grab that now, probably.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. At 5.5. All right. Anything else for tomorrow's slate? 14 games. Covered them all. Gave out pretty much at least 3 or 4 props in each of them, which I think is helpful for trying to dive into this tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously, like, cross off as many games as you can tomorrow.
All right, so let's do that. Cross off 2 games right now that you pretty much don't want to bet.
Minnesota, Boston, Winnipeg, maybe.
Vegas, New York Islanders.
Yeah,
well, that's one. Vegas money line was notable, though.
Philly, Utah. Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
That's fair. Yeah.
Vancouver, Colorado doesn't look great.
Yeah. Carolina, Winnipeg outside Niederreiter shots.
Yeah. I feel like we all have a little bit too much of a bias against Carolina. I feel like we're missing value in terms of what more of their point stacks and stuff, but they are terribly hard.
They're so unpredictable, man. Like if you take Aho and that line, it's fucking Jordan Stahl. Like,
I know.
You know, Seth Jarvis. You're like, they can do it in so many ways. They're a good team. I mean, it's just kind of how it is. They're not Edmonton where it's like everything's coming from one line.
Yeah. I mean, some of the big ones we touched on, too, in terms of props for history. Hamilton in New Jersey, Pitt, Ovechkin, shots on goals, Florida, Washington, Matthews, shots on goal and points, Toronto, Calgary, Matty Beniers in Detroit and Seattle, Harley, Dallas, Anaheim. Those are kind of the big ones that I had written down here. Unless you guys
Holloway.
Yeah, for sure.
Niederreiter, Braden Point, 3+ at home. Matt Boldy in Minnesota, Boston, hometown kid.
Yeah. There's some good angles tomorrow.
Yeah. No, there's more.
You don't have to try too hard to find enough plays to fill your card up.
Yeah. Hell of a lot better than tonight's slate.
Yeah.
All right. I think that about wraps it up, unless you guys had anything else to add.
Nah,
Now we're on the home
We did
stretch
it.
here for this break, guys. We
I
did
can't
good.
wait.
So
Yep.
enjoy it.
Yep.
Come back firing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They usually do. I feel like every single year during NBA All-Star break, NHL is just unstoppable. So
What happens if there's like a huge injury though in this Four Nations face-off and we just never see it again?
Well, next year's the Olympics, so we're not going to see it next year.
Yeah.
I really hope it's good.
Me too.
I really do.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps up our show for today. We'll be back Wednesday breaking down that slate. So stay tuned for that. We appreciate Evan for tuning in to today's stream, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.